Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to the Monogatari series. It is the second season and episode 24. We are still following Kaiki over here. Interesting guy, have to admit that. And you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction, as always, go down into my descriptions. There's a link, replace the circumflex.parts with real dots, and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts and theories about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, one by one. Strange one, as always. The episodes tend to be a bit slower from time to time. This one was for sure. And we had a very long discussion on the phone between Kaiki and Senjugahara, which is a weird thing, you know? Because in many ways it feels to me like there are two lovers I mean, when do you make long calls, right? You make long calls with people who are very close to you. So when it's something business-like, the calls don't tend to go so long. And the whole way they talked and went from one theme to the other and so on, it felt to me like friends were talking like... you know, there's more. And that's a bit strange. It feels weird. I like the fact that the phone changed the colors from time to time, because it reminds me of the cue cards, which we bring in the episodes here. So the scene change cards. I guess it has some kind of meaning like that. And we have... once again, a warning for Kaiki in the beginning of the episode to stay out. Now the question here is, stay out of what? Does it refer to Nadeko again, or maybe it's something completely different? Might be as well. Kaiki later on states that Gaen is not someone who sends two warnings. So that means very likely it is someone else warning him. So, who? Yeah. As always, I can only guess here. I really have no deeper clues. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There is a completely different intro. Not by the design of the intro, not that. But if I... oh my goodness. By the text. We have now two persons singing. And we have... one of them, I think, is Kaiki, which makes it into kind of like a love medley, you know? Two people singing towards and with each other. Feels very much like it is a love song. And it gives a completely different meaning to the pictures again. Because I already speculated in the past that the pictures could be like they are thinking of each other. And if you now have two persons singing, and you see, like in this picture here, one person being in the mind of the other person, that is very much like someone's important to you. Sure, it doesn't have to be love. It can be hate as well. You never know. But it was a weird thing, and yeah. It once again shows that this, especially the intros, can change their meaning and everything over the episodes very, very fast. I was a bit surprised about Kaiki telling Senjugahara so openly everything. So he informed her about Gaen, he informed her about Ononoki. Being someone who goes after money in the past, one might guess he would have kind of requested money for that information, or would have held it back. But he's very open about more than everything that is happening. But then he is someone who says he wouldn't let a job drop easily. So he has some kind of codex that he follows. Which means he took the job, so he does it. And as it seems, that includes informing the one that gave him the job about everything. I like it. It's a cool thing. And it gives Senjugahara a lot to think about. Which, by the way, leads me to Senjugahara, to Hanekawa, and many of the others, but those two majorly. And the fact how they behave how much money they do have sometimes. They are, I mean, it's a matter of the series here, but they are very, very grown up in many ways. They are very clever, good with words, focused, and are able to adapt to a lot of situations. And Hanekawa, here's example, trying to trick Gaen is surprising to me. I mean, she is clever, no question there, but she just was able to more or neither solve a problematic situation in her own life, and now she's on the road again. She is trying to trick Gaen. She's flying through the world and back just to meet up with Kaiki. It's a bit strange, you know, especially when you see it from season 1 to now. There's like a step up in abilities, in my opinion, and in money in the end, in options, what they are able to do. I don't know about you, but if Kaiki would have called me and said, well, we will meet in the other city, take a plane, I would have said, forget it. From what money? I mean, okay, flight tickets are not as expensive as they were in the past, but if you have to book a flight within a day, they are still incredibly expensive. If you have some months prior, you can go for a cheap ticket. So there are some of those things that go through my mind in the last episodes. But then, all we see right now is out of the view of Kaiki. And he is very money-based and very in the way of living like, yeah, money is to be spent. So maybe that's why it is like that right now. Because it is his view of the world. So he doesn't care a lot about it. And we just don't see real struggles in the background that the girls have of doing it. So maybe that's the reason. It would be fitting. Yeah, okay. So back to the phone call in the beginning. We have a very long and very strange phone call where he, Kaiki, changes his attire all the time. So he has different clothes on. He's making his hair. He is lying around, and so on and so forth. Which once again gives this nonchalant vibe that he's like calling with her for hours. As I said, I only know that from very close persons. And he get warns about Nadeko being kind of an enchantress, and I completely agree. I remember the first time he met her, he was like, oh yeah, she's kind of nice, you know? And she is quirky, funny, entertaining in a very childish way. So he really has to look out there. I agree. And he brings sacred sake to the meeting. The explanation that a god could not refuse to drink sake. Okay. I will take that. However, I don't see his complete intentions here. Does he want to make her drunk so that she makes a mistake? I don't know. She liked it, no question there. He gave double the money, no clue why. And once again, a cat's cradle. Which brings me to the cat's cradle. So we had this 2 episodes before already. This cat's cradle comes in again and again. It's something he brings to her. And I ask myself if there's a deeper meaning to it. Does he want her to like train her mind? I mean, a cat's cradle is a game where you have some options and you can play with it in the end with yourself, sure. But I ask myself if he wants to teach her something here. If he wants her to evolve into a specific direction, something like that. If so, maybe the cat's cradle is what he's using, a tool or something. I don't see it yet, what exactly. But he finished this meeting with the comment that a cat's cradle is not something easy and you just shouldn't, you know, like throw it away easily. Like acting as though it's nothing. So maybe he wants to give her some comfort and some proof that she's good at what she's doing, I guess. And it's a funny thing that it's a cat's cradle because next thing we see is Hanekawa, cat. So fitting. Which brings me to Hanekawa and the talk they have, and which was so rudely interrupted in the end of the episode. Because they like cliffhangers. So she did search for him. And it brings again the viewpoint on persons. If I remember how Hanekawa was like when Aragi sees her, she is more, I wouldn't say childish. She's hotter in many ways. She looks more attractive. Not that she's not attractive here, but it's way more focused on her attributes as a female. Here's a good one. While from his viewpoint, she is quite pretty, but it's not bringing out so much of that. She's wearing different clothes as well. So I think it might be again the thing of the viewpoint. Aragi looks at Hanekawa always a little bit, at least, like the girl he is interested in. And from Kaiki's viewpoint, she is a young adult who is kind of grounded in herself. And her seeking him out, her searching him, is showing that as well. So that was interesting already, this change, because I really on the first view did not recognize her. I was like, who's that? And then, oh, it's Hanekawa. She informs us about trying to trick Gaen, which is very okay. Nice one, nice try. And I like the picture. I don't know if I will find it. Oh, great one. That was good. I'll have to take that one again. Whatever. Will not find it. There was this nice picture of melting ice. It was just twice. Because he kind of asked her to ask him questions about himself, and she didn't. And we had the picture of ice that was melting. And I asked myself if that is like, if it should symbolize him kind of becoming more and more human, becoming more and more nice towards Senjugahara and the case that he's at, and wanting to help. So it would be a very good symbolism, because it still feels like he is doing exactly that. He's really kind of wanting to help. So if it, nice symbolism, and Hanekawa looks right through him, which is interesting for him as well. I guess we will hopefully have in the next episode a little bit more of that. And it still brings in the question, which we already had in the last episodes, why is he helping? Why really? Because the one reason he gave 2 episodes ago about, helping another girl instead was kind of weak. So I hope we learn more soon. Thus, the second season has only so much episodes. I guess we will learn it very soon. Well, I think that's it for this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure. It was once again a very calm, relaxed, but very nice episode. And I like the fact that we have a bit of different viewpoints and characters here, which I still try to find those viewpoints. And I will see you the next time. Until then, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.